to Intermediate Level English Language Arts.
Right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, recognizing countable and uncountable nouns. This is all found again in page 8 of your books. Okay, so common nouns, basically common nouns, you have two kinds of common nouns. Take note, you have two kinds of nouns, proper and common nouns, and for common nouns, you also have two kinds. You have countable and uncountable nouns, or commonly known as count nouns, or non-count nouns, or also known as mass nouns. Count and non-count or mass nouns. These are two kinds of common nouns. Now, what are these kinds of common nouns? Okay, first we go for count nouns. Count nouns, basically, class, are nouns that can be counted. They can be counted. Okay, and when you write them down, you could be writing them with articles before them. Articles, class, would be the words a or a and an. Okay, now you could write articles before count nouns. Okay, especially for example when you're referring to a certain just one count noun. Okay, example, a flag, an injury, a country, right? These are all count nouns with articles before them. Now, just a reminder, I hope you guys did not forget how to use articles. Okay, articles again, you use a or a for articles with for words that start with consonants, and use an for words that start with vowels. All right. Okay. Next, they could also be written with in their plural forms by writing a numeral, one, two, three. Those are numerals, right? And then adding s or es if the number is greater than one. Okay, for example, 12. 12 is more than one, right? So 12 months, 1 day, 8 towns, 50 years. These are all different kinds of ways in writing count nouns. What about mass nouns? What are mass nouns? Mass nouns are non-count nouns, basically are nouns that you can't count, cannot count. Okay? They can be made plural by adding s or es. They can't, I'm sorry, they can't be made plural by adding s or es. Example, milk, butter, rice, cheese, sand, water. You can't count these things, right? You can't count milk, but you can count probably glasses of milk. You can't count sand. You can count grains of sand, but you can't count sand. But then again, some of you might be asking, Sir Vince, but I've seen words such as sands or waters. Is that correct? Okay. Um, that's gonna be a different topic for a different time, right? But yes, there are some cases wherein mass nouns can have the plural form. Sometimes, not always. Okay, but just to be safe, class, let's go with whatever the book says. Right? You cannot do it. Okay, stick with that first. Okay, just so we would avoid confusion. All right.